Yeah, welcome back after the first lecture today. So I'll be doing a second lecture now. Now, what exactly the previous session we discussed the properties like specific volume, you have density, specific weight, specific volume, specific gravity, and I have started the viscosity, which are the very important properties of fluids. Already we have worked out the initial problems based on the how to calculate the density, volume, specific gravity, etc. Okay. Now this particular thing I'll be discussing in detail about your property called as viscosity. So viscosity, I have given clearly what is the definition of viscosity, what is the significance of viscosity, and how it plays a very important role in day-to-day life as well as in different applications. Okay, so that's the one of the important property of fluid. Okay, so definition of already given. Once again, it is the one which offers resistance to the movement of one layer of fluid over the another adjacent layer of fluid. Okay, so assume that how to get the relation for viscosity here. Now assume that there are two layers which are actually, so let me just take one highlighter here. Yeah, yes. Now see here. Now this is the surface, okay, which is actually the portion what is given a hatched portion here, which indicates that one surface is stationary. One surface is stationary. That is the thing. And you have one more plate or one more surface which is moving like this, maybe in the opposite direction or same direction. Okay. So what happens? There is a distance between the two plates, if you assume, which is at a distance of yes dy. So this is one plate, this is one more plate. Both are at a distance of dy, if you assume, which moves at different velocities. Okay. Now, if you just take this particular diagram here, okay, and the bottom plate is moving at velocity u, which is at a distance of, and you have one more plate which is moving at a velocity of u plus du, and which is actually both the plates are separated by a distance of dy, like this equation, and from here it's a y. Now what happens here, you see here, uh, the viscosity is because of the shear stress. I think if you have idea about the stresses now, so you have tensile stress, you have compressive stress. The shear stress is one which occurs between the two surfaces which are moving in the opposite directions. Okay, so that's the shear stress. Now what happens, I have two plates which are separated at a distance of y dy. Okay, assume one plate if I keep it as a stationary and another if I move it by velocity du. Okay, now what happens here? What exactly this particular viscosity is? As I said, the viscosity is because of the shear stress between the two plates. So one, I'll take the example of your two hands. Okay, assume that I have a two hands which is having separated by a small distance, and this distance is filled with some oil. If you assume the distance between the two hands is dy, and one hand I'll keep it just like that. I'll just move the other hand. I'll just move the other hand, which is at a distance of dy. Okay, and this particular hand, which is moving at a distance at a velocity of du, okay, which is at a distance of dy from the hand which is stationary. Okay, then this oil or this oil which is actually inside that will be subjected to a property called as shear stress. And what will happen depends upon the velocity, how fast you move the plate above. Okay, your oil will take the resistance. Okay, because the bottommost is still, suppose no oil is means dy, no, there's no distance means both hand will be rubbing like this, and there is some oil kept here, and that oil is at a thickness of dy, and the above plate is moving at a velocity, above hand is moving at a velocity of du. Now there is a shear stress between the oil as well as the hands. Okay, now what happens, that is given by tau. So tau is a parameter which indicates shear stress, which is given by the ratio of velocity du by dy. That is, this is called as velocity gradient. Velocity gradient. That is velocity of the plate with respect to the distance over the stationary plate. Now the shear stress is proportional. So the shear stress is proportional to the velocity gradient or velocity as well as the distance. Because when distance is more, the stress is different. The velocity is more, the stress is different. So like that, what happens? The shear stress is proportional to, yes, that is the velocity gradient or velocity by distance. Now it is proportional. Now I want to remove the proportionality constant. I will be adding a term which is called as mu, which is called as mu. Okay. Now the mu is a term which is a constant, which is called as, yes, constant of proportionality. Also, it is called as coefficient of dynamic viscosity. So that mu is called as the viscosity. The mu is called as the viscosity, and du by dy is called as shear strain or velocity gradient. Shear strain or velocity gradient. What is velocity gradient? Velocity with respect to distance. That's a du by dy. Okay. Now, what is the dynamic viscosity? There are one more viscosity available, which is called as kinematic viscosity. I tell you the difference. What is that? Now, the viscosity now is the ratio of what is the shear stress by shear strain or shear stress by velocity gradient. Okay. Now, viscosity also defined as the shear stress required to produce unit rate of shear strain. Okay. Now, whenever stress is more, obviously you have to go for more and more viscous oil or more and more viscosity fluid. Yes or no? So, see, the tau is direct proportion. So, whenever shear stress or the friction is very high, obviously you go for high viscosity oil. Okay. So, that's about your viscosity. Now, this law where the tau shear stress is proportional to shear strain or velocity gradient is called as Newton's law of viscosity. So it has given by the Newton, and which tells us that the shear stress is proportional to shear strain and V is the coefficient of viscosity. Mu is the coefficient of viscosity. Okay, so this law is what I have given in the box here is nothing but your Newton's law of viscosity. Okay, now mu is called as dynamic viscosity. Dynamic viscosity or coefficient of dynamic viscosity. Now, what are the units? Just see here. What are the units for dynamic viscosity now? Yes. Now, if you just go for mu, dynamic viscosity, what is stress? Tau. It is force per unit area. I think you are all aware of this. So, what is stress is force per unit area. Then, what is the strain? Change in velocity, which is called as du, and distance is in terms of length meters. Now, just keep this one. Okay, and finally, I'll be getting a term or the unit for viscosity is in terms of MKS unit. Okay, and don't worry about these units here. Just if any problem, ask on units. But what I have to worry about the unit for dynamic viscosity is Pascal. Pascal is the name of the scientist, which is denoted by PA, Pascal. Okay, now you see here, Pascal is for force, for stress or force. Okay, so now see here, what is the unit of viscosity now? Yeah, so this particular thing uses here, that is SI unit of viscosity is given by Newton per meter square second or Newton second per meter square or simply Pascal second. So just see what I have given here in this highlighter or just showing here. Just you remember that is the unit of viscosity in terms dynamic viscosity mu, that is in SI units is Pascal second. But if it's MKS units, it is kg second per meter square, kg of second per meter square. Okay, so don't worry about that and just remember the Pascal second. What is the Pascal? It is Pascal is 1 newtons per meter square. That is the stress. That is newtons per meter square is unit for stress per unit area. That force per unit area. That is stress. Okay, so that is unit for viscosity. That is dynamic viscosity is in terms of Newton second per meter square, or you have Pascal second. Okay, right? Now there is one more viscosity. Yes, so don't worry about all these things here. Now I'll be discuss. Suppose they'll be giving in some problems poise, it's okay, but sometimes they'll be giving a problem what is centipoise. So poise, centipoise, CP normally they'll call it. Now you know that what is a poise. Centipoise means by 100, so one poise is 100 centipoise. Okay, so don't worry about that. Whenever we go for a problem, I'll tell you the conversion, how to convert that, and take, because in the problem everything must be in the same units. Okay, right? So the viscosity of water at 20 degrees centigrade. Now, why temperature is given, we'll discuss in detail maybe after this discussion, because the temperature plays a very important role for a viscosity of fluids or liquids, particularly water or any other liquid. So viscosity depends upon the temperature. As I said in the example, like a lorry bearings, so once you keep that bearings or whatever thing, semi-solid lubricant or a paste-like thing, grease, and you can see after some time they'll be taking away that black color liquid. That means it loses its viscosity and converts into liquid. Okay. Now what happens? Why that paste-like thing is converting into liquid here? Because in case of liquids, with increase in temperature, the viscosity is going to be, if we increase in temperature, the viscosity is going to be decreases. Okay, so just take, so in case of your what you called as viscosity of liquids, whenever the temperature increases, then obviously what happens, the viscosity of liquids is going on decreasing, okay. So that's about your viscosity and temperature. And dynamic viscosity we have learned, that is the units are poise. That's the unit, poise is MKS unit, that is one poise or so I have not given what is a poise, no. So poise normally is given as a MKS unit, which is nothing but 1 kg meters per second, 1 kg per meter second. Okay, so just we'll see once the problems is discussed, I'll tell you that. Okay, so poise or Newton second per meter square. Newton second per meter square is SI unit. Newton second per meter square is SI unit, and obviously your MKS unit is poise. Okay, only nowadays everything is in SI units. Right? Now, one more viscosity I told you, that is dynamic viscosity is over. Now it's a kinematic viscosity. There is no difference here, because if you see this ratio or a box parameter, that is what is the kinematic viscosity, you just take the density as the denominator. So I know what is the mu by rho. Mu by rho is nu. It's one more Greek symbol, nu. It is shown here. Okay. So the nu is viscosity by density. Suppose if I take a density into count of liquids, and that viscosity in dynamic viscosity, that ratio is called as kinematic viscosity. Kinematic viscosity. Okay, so both dynamic viscosity, kinematic viscosity are, both are viscosity only. And what are the units here? Suppose if you take a CGS unit, okay, it's like a poise, you have a stroke, okay. So that's the unit for and what is the SI unit for kinematic viscosity? You see here, it is meter square per second, meter square per second. So remember, we have learned viscosity. What are the unit for dynamic viscosity? Poise or Newton second per meter square. And if you go for what you called as kinematic viscosity, which is mu by rho, ratio of dynamic viscosity to the density. Okay, then we have learned what is the unit in CGS or MKS unit is how much is the stroke, and obviously the SI unit for kinematic viscosity is meter square per second. You just see here, this is what I have mentioned, that the meter square per second is the unit in case of your MKS or sorry SI unit. Okay, now there may be a problems which actually asks us to convert the strokes into meter square per second. Now this is a basic conversion. because one stroke is given as centimeter square per second, and the stroke can be converted to meter square second like this. So one stroke is 10 power minus 4 meter square per second. Okay, so hope you understood this. Yeah, so just remember there are two viscosities: dynamic viscosity, kinematic viscosity, and the units are like your Newton second per meter square and meter square per second in terms of SI units. Okay, so that's about your viscosity. Now this is what I am very important for you. That is, as I said in starting itself, the law of viscosity, that is shear stress is proportional to shear strain, and mu is the constant proportionality constant. Because depends upon this Newton's law, you are going to divide different types of fluids. You are going to divide different types of fluids. Okay. Now see here, if you have a fluid which obeys the Newton's law, that is obviously has a property of viscosity. Suppose it doesn't have obeys the Newton's law, then doesn't have any viscosity. So that's the meaning of your Newton's law of viscosity. Okay, so tau equal to mu du by dy. You just remember this is called as your Newton's law of viscosity. Now we come to a discussion here, like where whatever the fluids which actually observes the Newton's law, which are called as Newtonian fluids. So fluids which actually obeys the Newton's law is called as Newtonian fluids. Suppose it doesn't obey the law, the tau equal to mu du by dy, then this is nothing but non-Newtonian fluids. Okay, so non-Newtonian fluids. So remember Newtonian and non-Newtonian fluids. Okay, now this already I have given the discussion clearly how the temperature or viscosity varies with the temperature. Now, in case of liquids, whenever the temperature increases, so there is a decrease in viscosity. Now, whenever if you have uh, gases, if you take, it will be like a reverse. So, whenever the temperature increases, the viscosity is going to be increasing. Okay, so that's the relation between viscosity and temperature. Hope you understood the term. Okay, and don't worry about these things here. And before coming to the types of fluids here, I'll just take a simple problem based on viscosity. Then I'll come back to you. Okay. Now, this is the first problem based upon your viscosity. So let me just give the size. Yeah. Now see here. Now they have given and they are auspicious. Okay. So what is the first problem given here is, yes, 1 minute. Yes. Now, if the velocity distribution over a plate is given by Q equal to 2 by 3y minus y square. Now, what is Newton's law? You just keep in mind, tau is equals to mu into du by dy, or tau is proportional to du by dy. Okay, where u is velocity, y is the distance. Right. Now, they have given the velocity distribution, how velocity is going on increase, how it varies over the plate, because you have the bottommost plate as stationary, the topmost plate which is actually moving with the velocity of du, which is at a distance of dy. Okay, now obviously the distribution, because at the plate the velocity is 0, and when you go up above the plate the velocity is going on increasing, the velocity is du at the above plate, top of the plate. Okay, now this is the velocity distribution is given as u as 2 by 3y minus y square, in which u is the velocity in meters per second, which is at a distance of y from the plate. Okay, determine the shear stress at y equal to 0 and y equal to 0.15 meters. Take the dynamic viscosity of fluid as 8.63 poise, but don't keep it in poise in your problems. I have to convert into SI unit. That is the dynamic viscosity SI units is Newton second per meter square. So that's the dynamic viscosity. Now what is given here? You have given what is u, you have given what is y. The first case y is 0. The second case y is 0.15 meters. dy or y doesn't matter. So that thing mu is given as 8.63 poise. You're asked to find out shear stress. What is shear stress? Tau. So I know the Newton's law, tau is equals to mu into du by dy. And obviously, what is the tau? Mu I know, du by dy I have to find out. Okay, so how to find out du by dy? See here, what is the distribution given is the first one. Yes, now this is the basic distribution given here. Yes, see here I am showing. So u is 2 by 3y minus y square. Now I have in the Newton's law du by dy. So can you just differentiate this? What you get? That is 2 by 3 minus 2y. Okay, 2 by 3 minus 2y. Now I have two cases where first case the y is 0, the second case the y is 0.15. Now can I find out now what is the du by dy? The first case when y equal to 0, that is 2 by 3 minus 2 into 0 because y is 0. So what is the value of velocity gradient? 0.667. Now whenever I have y now it's a 0.15. Now 0.15. Okay, then what is the value? 2 by 3 minus 2 into 0.15. The value is 0.367. Hope you understood. That's the du by dy. Okay, and mu is 8.63 poise. As I said, you have to keep in SI units. Now, what is given is 1 poise is 1 by 10 Newton second per meter square. You remember? You write it down. So 1 poise is 1 by 10 or 0.1 Newton second per meter square. So in case of a poise here, I replaced it by 1 by 10 Newton second per meter square. So what is the value of mu now in SI units? 8.63 by 10. That is 0.863 Newton second per meter square. That's the mu value. Now I need to find out the shear stress at two distances. One is y equal to 0 and y is at a distance of 0.15 meters. So hope you understood here, because obviously you see here the tau will be more when it's a 0 because both are rubbing, no distance, no distance. Now whenever you have some distance, obviously you can see that viscosity is little less. Now finally we come to the solution here, how to find out the shear stress. So shear stress when y equal to 0, how much? Tau equal to mu du by dy. So 0 indicates at y equal to 0 distance. So how much? Mu into du by dy. So first case the du by dy is 0.667 into 0.863. So it's a 0.5756 newtons per meter square. Now whenever the distance is now 0.15 meters, you see here again I kept the same Newton's law of viscosity, and finally you have a relation of 0.3167 newtons per meter square. Now as I said, see the difference here. Whenever you have no oil or no distance between the plates, so you have more shear stress, 0.57. Once you have some sort of oil or some distance which is filled by oil, now see the stress has been reduced from 0.5756 to 0.3167 newtons per meter square. So this is the first model of a problem where the velocity will be given in a what you called as a profile form. So velocity distribution form, that is the 2 by 3 y minus y square. So this particular profile, they may change into different types. So it will be given something like y square minus y cubed, like that. But what happens, I know how to solve the problem given what are the y values. Okay, right? So that's the first problem, and how to find out shear stress value. Okay, now we'll discuss maybe one more problem. Okay, then you just go and study. Okay, so most of the times I'll send you this copy also possible, and you refer that. Okay, now one more problem we'll just take and we'll finish out the class. Now see, now what is this problem here? Yeah, a plate. Okay, so there is a, so this portion which is shown as a lines at the bottom here, it indicates stationary plate. And what is the above plate here, which is moving at a velocity of some force? You are pulling that plate, which is actually filled by some oil, which is oil is having around a thickness of 0.25. So we'll see here. So a plate 0.025 mm distance from fixed plate. So this is the moving plate which is top, and this is the fixed plate. This is actually separated by a distance of 0.025 mm. Now how this plate is moving at a velocity of 60 centimeters per second. And to move that plate, I need a force of 2 newtons, okay, per unit area, or its force required is 2 newtons per meter square to maintain that speed. He's asking, can you determine what is the fluid viscosity between the two plates? So I know what is force, I know what is velocity, I know what is the distance. He's asking what is the viscosity. So either you can find out the dynamic viscosity or kinematic viscosity, anything, it's okay. Okay, so hope you understood this is the problem. The previous case, I determined what is tau, and this particular problem, I need to find out mu or nu. Mu is dynamic viscosity, nu is kinematic viscosity. Now see the solution here, very simple one. So distance is normally denoted by dy and velocity is denoted by du. Yes or no? So what is dy now? 0.025 mm, convert into meters, no problem. And what is the velocity? 60 centimeters per second, but I have to convert into meters per second. So 0.6 meters per second. Okay. And what is given as force on top plate is 2 newtons per meter square. Okay. So how, why the force is given? Because this also I have to take the Newton's law of viscosity, that is tau equal to mu into du by dy. I know what is du or u. I know what is dy. I don't know what is mu, that I have to find it out. What is the left hand side? Shear stress. How to find out shear stress? Shear stress is nothing but the shear force by area. Okay. Now see here, what is the shear stress? F is given, and what is the shear force here? Unit area is not given here. They mentioned it as unit area. So the shear stress is now 2 newtons per meter square because the area is unity. Okay. So shear stress is 2 newtons per meter square. Velocity, distance, everything is given except mu. Okay. Now I'll take what is the Newton's law of viscosity? Tau equal to mu into du by dy, right? Then I'll find out here what is the velocity. Yes, change in velocity is 0.6 meters per second. That's already you have found out. And distance is 0.025 10 power minus 3. What is given in meters? Now, obviously, what happens? The shear stress is given as 2 newtons per meter square. Just keep all those things here. Left hand side shear stress unknown is mu. Then obviously you have what is the value as mu as 8.33 into 10 power minus 5 Newton second per meter square. Because this is the final unit what I'll get, because you kept everything in SI units like meters per second, meters, etc. Okay. Now suppose he's asking the value in poise, means how to convert. So I know that 1 Newton second per meter square equal to 10 poise. Now what is the final value for viscosity? It is 8.33 into 10 power minus 4 poise. So this is the value for viscosity. Hope you understood, right? Now what we discussed up to now, yes, the properties and the problems based upon the properties, that is the density, volume, specific weight and specific gravity. Then we have clearly discussed with significance of viscosity, right? And the problem based on the two problems based on the viscosity, which actually obeys the Newton's law of viscosity. Because whenever if I say fluid obeying the Newton's law of viscosity, then only it's called as Newtonian fluid. Otherwise, it's called as non-Newtonian fluid. Okay. Now you have plenty of fluids. You take water is a fluid, blood is a fluid. Okay, your ink is a fluid, etc. Also, different fluids are available, but everything I can't call it as a Newtonian fluid because these fluids, some may obey the Newton's law, some may not be obeying the Newton's law. Okay, so hope you understood this, and obviously with some more properties, we'll meet in the next class. Okay, so thank you for listening and have a good day. अटेंडेंस कैसे करते हैं?